Okay, I'll go ahead and get us started. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for coming out. I know it's not the warmest of days today, but we're going to get you nice and warmed up. We're going to get started. We're going to get nice and ready to get our movement in. But first, we got to do our warm-up marches in 3, 2, 1. Side steps left, 3, 2, 1. Out together, out together. Good. Three, 2, 1. Feet are going to be a little wider than hip width apart, and we're going to do hamstring curls. If you need the chair for balance, go ahead and use it. I care more about the muscular contractions than I do the balance portion of this. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Feet hip width apart, and we're going to do our swimmer shoulders forward. If you need little half range of motion, go ahead and take it. I far prefer that you do what your body lets you without pain and for you to go crazy on me. And reverse directions in the backstroke. Beautiful. And rest. Go ahead and grab your rope. You're going to start by holding at both of the knots. Put some tension on it. You're going to come up overhead and bring it down to chest. Up overhead, down to chest. Good. Feel this in your upper back, your shoulders, chest, all the things. Beautiful. Rest. Gonna double up on your loops. And we're gonna do our steering wheels at 45-degree angles. Don't go all the way. If you go all the way, you're gonna hurt your rotator cuff. Perfect. Waking up those shoulders, making sure that they're ready for movement today. Rest. Keep your double. Gonna pin your elbows to your side. Fists are pointed towards me. Push out, pull in. Push out, pull in. When you do your pull in, you're tucking your elbows behind you. They're not flaring out. They're tucked behind. Perfect. Rest. Now, fists towards the ceiling. Elbows stay parallel towards the floor. Push up, pull down. Push up, pull down. Good. You should feel this a lot in the upper back. You feel it in your elbows when you start flaring out. Make sure you check in with yourself. Elbows stay parallel towards that floor. Rest. Okay, set these aside. Go ahead and grab your weights if you have them. Alright, we're going to do our single, double, starting with our military press. If you have low back problems, you can take a staggered stance. Otherwise, standard is fine. Single, single, double. That's one. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. If you're modifying, skip to double. Halfway there, single, single, double, single, single, double. Last set, single, single, double, rest. Okay, gonna do wide curls. So, you're gonna have your palms at a bit of an angle, about 45 degrees or so. You're gonna curl up and down. Up, down, good. Elbows stay pinned to your rib cage the whole time. Don't let them flare out. Make sure you're controlling these. I don't want you going Speedy Gonzalez. If you can do that, because your weight's too light, it's time to bump up a little bit. Start with just 1 pound. If you're doing 2, bump up to 3. And if that feels like it's too much, you can always go back to the 2. It's no big deal. Rest. Alright, turn your weight so the palms are facing behind you. We're going to do our forearm curl, so bring it up so the palms face me, and lower down. Bring it up, lower down. Bring it up, lower down. Bring it up, down. Good. One more. Rest. Okay. Next one, we're going to come down from seated. Ball is going to go between your thighs. Going to sit a little towards the edge of your chair. Going to lean forward until your abdomen is touching the ball. You're going to roll the weights in and kick them back. Roll it in, kick back. Good. You're kicking back at a slight angle just so that you don't hit the chair. And it gets the smaller little muscles of your triceps as well. Always good to work everything. Reason I have us do the ball here so that you don't lean so far forward that you arch in your low back. It's a nice little tool that forces you to have good form. Last one. Rest. Okay. Now that we're down here, set your ball aside, we'll do our lower body portion. See how everything flows so smoothly? It's almost as if it was planned. Alright. Posture straight and strong, spine is aligned. Weights go on your quadriceps, not your knees, quadriceps. We're going to come up on our toes, hold it for 2 seconds, and down. Bring it up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Good. Last one. Rest. Okay. Set 1 weight down. Left side. Weight is going to stay on top of the right quadricep. Left hand anchors onto the chair, and we're going to bike it out. If you need to modify, you can kind of just graze the ground so that you're not fighting gravity quite as hard. And if the weight feels like it's too intense for you, that's fine. You can set it down and do this without it. Same thing as always, you want this on top of your quad, not your knee. You don't want to work your knee, you want to work your muscles, not your joints. Rest. Switching it out. Now the left hand has the weight on top of the left quad. Right hand anchors onto the chair, and we bike it out. Perfect. Remember, if you need to graze the ground in between, that's completely fine. This isn't a set number of reps, it's as much work as you can get in 30 seconds, of which you have 8 left. That's just 1 second, 8 times. If you do anything for 1 second, rest. Grab the other weight. We're going to put a both on the quadriceps again. You're going to slightly turn your toes in towards each other. Knees still staying parallel. Raise it up and down. You should feel this in the sides of your calves. Perfect. If you feel this in your knees, it means that they're tracking in or your turn is too far inwards. Last one. Rest. Set your weights aside, sip of water if you need it. And come up to standing. People in studio and if anyone at home, make sure your workout space is clear. Don't have your weights or ball or anything to trip on. If you're doing this from home and you have limited space, modify it to make it work for the space that you got. You don't have to do it perfect, just do your best to get the rest. All right. Cardio, remember, if you got heart or lung problems, don't go crazy on me. Stick with the modifications. If at any point you feel that your heart rate is too high, your breathing is too intense, just do gentle side steps. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth 5 times. Okay, starting with our march or walk in 3, 2, 1. Jump rope heel taps are first. All right, get your jump rope position and heel tap, heel tap, heel tap, heel tap. Good. Beautiful. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March or walk. Skater jacks are next. Skater jacks going left in 3, 2, 1. Tap behind. Good. Now, if this feels like it's too much coordination-wise, just do side steps. You go to whatever your max is. Your max will look different from mine. It'll look different from the person next to you, and that's okay. We're all at different points. 4, 3, 2, 1. March or walk. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Good. Push pulls are next. Four, 3, 2, 1. Push, pull, pull. Push, pull, pull. Push, pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. March or walk. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Side step arm swings are next. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start left. Tap, swing, tap, swing. Tap, swing, tap, swing. Good. This is a move I stole from Swedish Fitness, so if it looks familiar, that's why. If it's effective, I take it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Final march or walk, and then we'll go into our mini cool down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle side steps. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Want to flood the body with oxygen whenever your breathing gets a little heavy. So tap it out. And pedal the feet. And one more big inhale. Exhale down. Good. Now come down and seated. Grab a sip of water. Okay, we're going to start by extending our right leg out straight. Toes going to point up towards the ceiling. Reaching forward with that right hand. If you can touch your toes, awesome. Otherwise, just go to where you can. If you need to hover, hover, go to shin. Oh, Barb, your thing ran away. Ball. I just didn't want you to get to the core part. It's to your left. Didn't want you to get to the core part and be like, oh my God, he's a magician. And slowly bring it back. Left leg comes out straight, toe points up, same thing, reaching forward. Perfect. If your leg doesn't naturally extend out straight, it's okay to have that little 5-degree bend. I don't want you locking out your knee. And slowly make your way back up. Go ahead and grab your core ball. Gonna do a roll up. If you're at home and you don't have core ball, you're just gonna walk your hands down and walk them back up. All right, go ahead and walk them down, walk it up. If you can't get to the tops of your shoes, shins is fine. This is going to be dependent upon your hamstring flexibility. So if those are kind of tight, you can't get all the way down, that is okay. This helps stretch out the muscles in your lower back too. Little 2-for-1 special. Now I'm going to regret my choice of blowing this up during the pelvic floor exercises, but there's no change in it now. Rest. Go ahead and set your ball aside. Gonna come up to standing. Gonna do our dynamic static series. So we'll go through our muscle groups. We'll do a dynamic stretch, then a static, dynamic, then a static, so on and so forth. Gonna start with our neck rotations. If it makes you dizzy, sometimes closing your eyes can help. And remember to stop where you feel tension. If you feel tension here, stop here. If you feel it here, stop here. If you go all the way, great, but don't force it. All right, shoulders are gonna come up, slightly back and down. Turn your hands so the palms face me. And we'll start going up today. We're gonna be wild. Up, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, center, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, center, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Left, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Center, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Right, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Center, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3. Oh, do we not do down? We do it after the up, I think. Okay. Yeah, messing me up. All right. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Feels like a Monday. Center, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Center, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Left, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Center, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Right, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Center, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Shake it out a little bit. Gonna do a slight variation on our normal stretch. I know, I'm being crazy today. Going to turn our heads and bring it to our left shoulder. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. And if you want to get deeper, you can press on the back of your skull very lightly with that left hand. Make sure your other palm is facing me still. This gets a lot of the side of your neck and shoulder, upper back too. And slowly make your way back up. Release it out. Now we're going to bring it over to the right shoulder, tucking our chin towards our chest. If you want to get deeper, take that right hand and gently press down on the base of your skull. If the standard version feels good though, stick with the standard. Good thing I wore deodorant today. Slowly release it out and come to neutral. Good. Okay. Shoulder circles are next. I'm going to show you your 2 variations. Variation 1, you're here. That feels like it's too much. Hands at your side. And you're going to do shoulder rolls instead. All right. Going forward. Perfect. And reverse directions. If you're doing shoulder rolls, you're just bringing them back. Now, these can be as wide or as narrow as you want them to be. I happen to have more range of motion in my shoulders because I'm a genetic freak. Don't feel like you have to copy me. Perfect. And rest. Okay. Shoulder stretch. This one we're not deviating because this one's one of my favorite ones and I'm selfish. So, right hand is going to come over to the left side. You're going to support it forearm or underneath your tricep, whichever is more comfortable. Just make sure you're not pressing directly on your elbow. Perfect. And if your arm isn't perfectly flat against your chest, that's okay. Don't force it. Release it out. Same thing, other side, picking whichever variation is more comfortable. So our right arm comes over to the left side, support it forearm or tricep. Sorry, I forgot to say that part. As a good instructor, I would instruct you on how to do things, but you know, it's Monday in my head. The weather is like this, it's always a Monday. Rest, okay. Shake it out a little bit. This one's gonna be a little bit of a thinker, so we're gonna start the palms together. Open, together, turn, open, together, turn to neutral, open, together, turn, 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 last one, open, together, turn, rest. Okay, going into chest openers, I'll show you two variations. Variation 1, palms are touching. Variation 2, fingers interlace. You do whichever one works best for you. I don't want your shoulders pulled all the way back so you're straining up just enough to engage your chest. Sorry, there's a cute dog, got my attention for a second. Like the dog in Pixar, squirrel. And rest, release it out. Okay. Gonna go into our lower body stretches now. We're gonna start with quads. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the side view because it's way easier that way. You're going to have both your toes pointed in front of you the whole time. Heels stay planted on the ground. You're gonna step forward with our right leg, lean into it, step together. Same exact thing, other side. Step, lean in, together. When you do that lean in though, I want you keeping your back flat. Don't be Quasimodo and don't be doing the weird arch thing. Nice, flat, even back. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor, just to where you feel that engagement in your butt and your quads. Last one, and rest. Now, we're going to do the same exact thing, but we're going to hold the position. So, both toes pointed in front of you, heels stay planted on the ground, right leg steps forward, lean until you feel that engagement in your glutes and your quad, and we hold it. Step it together. Same thing, other side. Left leg comes forward, leaning until you feel that stretch in your glutes and quads. And step it together. Good. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to go into our hip series next. If you've had a hip replacement, have hip bursitis, arthritis, stick with the modifications. Don't try to go crazy. We're doing our mini hip circles. So, we're going to start with the right leg. You're going to come out and open and together. If you're modifying, out to 45, together. Good. Beautiful. You have that little 2-second pause on the way out, and then you bring it in. Open and pause. In. Open and pause. In. One more. Open and pause. In. Rest. Same thing, other side. If you're modifying, stick to the 45, together. Otherwise, as wide as your body lets you, together. That little 2-second pause is important because it engages your hip flexors and glutes. Perfect. Last one. And rest. Come on down to seated. Sip water if you need it. I've been yapping, so I'm going to take one. Okay, 3 variations. Pick the one that works best for you. Variation 1, crossing over with calf. Variation 2, shin. And variation 3, ankle. Just make sure you're 2-3 inches behind your knee, not directly on top. If you got to cheat and use your pants to pull it back, go ahead and cheat to pull it back. This is the one time I'm giving you permission to cheat. Make sure your posture is still straight and strong though. Don't let yourself slouch forward. Don't let yourself lean back. Even when we're driving, I catch myself sometimes. I'm hunching over like I'm Gorilla DeVille catching the Dalmatians. But you gotta have a nice posture, aligning your spine. It's gonna help a lot with arthritis, any kind of inflammatory issues. It'll be very useful. So there's a method to my madness, usually. Rest. Same thing, other side, picking whatever variation works best for you. You might notice one side you have more flexibility than the other. That's normal. We're going to correct those muscle imbalances as best we can. Can't promise you a perfect 50-50 split, but we can get close. Posture still straight and strong. Apples on your head, not falling off. I know a heartbeat. Perfect. Tightness and burning, very okay. Means you're working hard. Pulling, sharp, shooting, stabbing. That's your body's way of saying, hey, I don't like this, you're going to injure yourself. So always listen. Rest. Release it out. Okay. Go ahead and grab your core ball. We're going to do our pelvic floor series. Ball's going to go in between your thighs. This works better if you're more towards the edge of your chair. Don't fly off of it, but close to the edge. We're going to go in ascending order, so we're going to start with the least complex and on most. And our first one was just our pulses, so squeeze, release. It's a nice, slow, and controlled. I don't want you going super fast. If you can go super fast, maybe your ball needs a little inflation. You also don't have to death squeeze the thing. I don't want your knees tracking in like this. I want them staying relatively parallel the whole side. Because if they stay parallel, that means you're using your inner thighs, not the sides of your knees to do this, which is what I want. Unfortunately, with aging, the pelvic floor muscles can atrophy, and those muscle sphincters will loosen over time. So we gotta tighten them back up. Make them nice and strong. That way, if you have to lift cars off of any grandbabies, you can do it. And rest. Next is our squeeze and hold for 4, rest for 4, squeeze and hold, rest. You get the idea. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Last squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay, so 15-second holds. If the 15 seconds feels like it's too intense and you need to take a little break before the full one is up, that is okay. Do your best, forget the rest. All right, starting in 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. This one you're really going to feel it because that isometric contraction is really good for activating the pelvic floor muscles. Rest. 4 more of those and then you're set. Squeeze and hold. I know, this one sucks, but the ones that are the hardest are the ones we need the most. Rest. And squeeze and hold. Almost there, you got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. One more, and then you're set with this series. And squeeze and hold. Perfect. Rest. Okay, set these aside for the time being. Sip of water if you need it. And we're going to come up to standing, going to go into our balance series. If you need a chair for balance for these, that's completely fine. Our first one is dynamic balance, so if you need to just take it slower, that's okay. If you're doing this from home and you have limited space, you don't have to do the full 4 count. Do a 3 count, 2 count, whatever you got the space for. So, we're doing our 1 foot in front of the other. We're going to go for a 4 count forward and a 4 count backwards. I'm going to diagonal and go just for the camera's sake. You can be straight. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Forward, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. 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 Last one. Forward, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay. Next one is a modified pistol squat stance. So, if you need a chair, we can use a chair. Our left leg stays planted on the ground, and our right leg comes out straight. You can do hands on hips, airplane mode, chair, whatever you gotta do. I know, this one's a bit of a glute burner too, isn't it? Rest. Shake it out. Same thing other side. Right leg stays straight. Left leg's gonna come out. Now how far out it comes is up to you. You can have it here, you can have it here, you can have it all the way. Whatever you want to do. Rest. Shake it out. Flamingo pose is next. I'll show you your 3 variations. Variation 1, your foot is just hovering off the ground. Variation 2, you are at shin height. And variation 3, waist height. Don't go any higher than waist height. If you go higher than that, you're going to start to arch in your low back. Now, sometimes what can help is if you pick a point on the floor and just stare at it and focus, that'll make you a little less wobbly. rest, shake it out. Same thing, other side. You're just gonna hover off the ground, you're gonna come to shin height, or you're gonna come to waist height. Make sure that you're putting the weight between the heel and sole of your foot. If you go to the sides or the front, that's what's gonna make you tip over. Engaging your core is also gonna help. So pulling that belly button in towards your spine activates those stability muscles and makes it easier to balance. Rest, shake it out. Modified tree pose is next. I'll show you your 3 options. Option 1, toes on the ground, heels above the ankle. Option 2, heels below the knee. And option 3, if you want to get crazy, you can do inner thigh. You pick the one that works best for you. Perfect. Oh man, it stopped and now it's starting again. Well,
all day long.
Don't say that. Why does it never get jinxed when you say something negative about it? Only when you say something positive it gets jinxed. Rest, shake it out. Same thing, other side. Toe on the ground, heel above the ankle, heel below the knee, or inner thigh height. You pick whichever one works best for you. You can do airplane, you can do hands to prayer, you can do hands behind, whatever you find to be the most useful to you. Rest. Shake it out. Next one has 2 variations. Variation 1, you got just your tippy toes on the ground. Variation 2, you're just lifting your heel off the ground. You pick the one that works best for you. Now this one might seem easy in comparison to the other ones, but you're still creating an uneven surface, so your center mass has to shift. That's the fancy way of saying it's still a balance move. Perfect. And shake it out. Same thing, other side, toes on the ground, or just lifting heel off. Rest, shake it out. Okay. Come on down to seated, sip of water if you need it. Go ahead and grab your golf balls. If you're doing this at home and you don't have them, for your first move, you're going to push your hands out, point your fingers to the floor, and ceiling. Floor, ceiling. Everybody else, you're going to take your golf balls and you're going to roll them forward and roll them back. Roll them forward, roll them back. Good. Remember, when you do these, you're just using your palms, trying not to use your fingers. If you gotta catch it so it doesn't fall off you, go ahead. Other than that, just use the palms. A little mini quad massage too. What's that? Feng shui? No. Gua sha, gua shang, gua wei. Something where you use that. Not that one. It's like a little stone that you use to like push out lactic acid on your face or something. I don't know. It's like that. I can't pronounce it. That's all I know. It's unpronounceable for someone like me. Rest. Alright, circles are next. If you're doing these from home and you don't have these, you're just going to do your meatballs instead. And you're going to bring it around town. Perfect. And reverse directions. If you started clockwise, go counter and vice versa. This one's kind of like, rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time. It's a little bit of a thinker. At least for me it is. Depending on my level of caffeine, I'm either sharp as a tack or sharp as a rock. There's no in between. hands are going out in front of you, palms are on the ground, and you're gonna squeeze, release, good. This is the same exact move for you at home, you just don't have a golf ball. Golf balls add resistance. I'm sure you'll notice a big distance if you do these without them. The original equipment that I wanted was 35 bucks a pop, and 35 times 35 is a no. So I decided to get creative instead. I saw these in our auxiliary storage and nobody was using them, so I used some Lysol spray, called it a day, and here we are, rest.
What were the other ones like for 35?
The other ones are for climbers to use on their grip, so there's little springs that you would push down with each finger or all of them, and it's really good for building dexterity and grip strength. However, it's fancy pantsy and we ain't no Equinox, so I didn't get what I wanted. But that's fine. I made do with what I got. Hands out, bring them to the side, palms face the ground, and squeeze, release. They're called climbing grip trainers, I believe. 35 was the cheapest. They go all the way up to 130, depending on what you get. I certainly wasn't getting 131, so I figured, I said, I'm the type of person where it never hurts to ask. I had a strong feeling it was going to be a no, but what if I asked and they said yes? Never hurts to ask. Can't get what you want if you don't ask for it. Rest. Okay, arms out in front like Frankenstein. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Same thing, squeeze, release. Beautiful. Rest. Now, we're going to be very similar, but we're going to do our squeeze and hold for 4, rest for 4, squeeze and hold for 4, rest for 4, and we're done with these for today. Alright, arms out in front of you, palms are facing the ground, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. One more important thing I forgot to mention, when you're doing these, don't have your thumbs inwards, because then you're going to put pressure on the joints, and you don't want to do that. Thumbs are out. Okay, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest. Works your arms a little bit too, because you gotta keep them hovering out. So if your shoulders are sore, you're welcome. Arms out in a T, and squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, last squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest. One more and then you're set. You get a little 10 to 15 second break in between, depending on how well I can tell time. Arms out in front, palms go up towards the ceiling, and squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, rest. Okay, set these aside. Sip of water if you need it. Go ahead and grab your core balls. If you're doing this on carpet at home, you're probably going to have a little extra oomph into it. It is what it is. But if you're doing this on hardwood or tile, you're set. Okay, we're gonna start just our standard bounce, catch, bounce, catch. Don't do what I did when I first started practicing and lean forward and quit. I learned the hard way. That's how you smack yourself in the face. Catch. Doing it one-handed, starting with the right bounce. Catch, bounce, catch. Good. Catch, switch it out, bounce, catch, bounce, catch. Good. This is really good for hand-eye coordination, especially when we're doing your non-dominant side, which for 90% of you is this one right now. Catch. We're going to toss it up, toss, catch, toss, catch. You want to cheat and use physics, add a small rotation to your ball, and that'll keep it static in the air. Don't add too much of rotation, because then that's going to create acceleration. I know, you get fun physics lessons. Aren't I exciting? I'm so fun at parties. Catch. Now you're going to do it one-handed. I don't expect you to go as high one-handed as you did with two. If you can, awesome. That means your hand-eye coordination is really good. If not, well, that's okay. We'll get you up there. I drop it sometimes too. I'm not perfect. Switch. This is the interesting side. However, I have a slight advantage because I play baseball, so this is my catching hand. I was forced to play baseball, by the way. My mother gave me the choice of summer tutoring in our sport. Guess what I chose? But I'm grateful that she didn't just let me sit on a computer and rot all day in the summer, so. Thanks, Mom. And catch. Okay. Going to explain our drill for today. You're going to partner up in a group of two. It's going to be familiar to some of you, for some of you who are newer, it's going to look different. Gene, I'll use you as my person. You're going to start by just bouncing and catching. When I say stop, you stop. When I say throw it, you throw it. It goes better if one person throws high and one goes low. Which do you want? Okay, she throws high, I throw low. And we catch it. All right, partner up. And if somebody doesn't have one, you're stuck with me. Does everybody have a partner? Phyllis, you need a partner? You need one? All right, you're stuck with me. Sorry. Stuck with me. All right, we're going to start with our bounce and catch. Throw it. Back, catch, bounce, catch. Stop. Throw it. Double throw it. Bounce and catch. Good. Stop. Go. Throw it. Bad throw on my side. Hands up. Throw it. And back to your chair standing. Good job. Okay, feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to give me an inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale it out. One more big inhale up. And exhale it all out. You guys crush it. That's another one in the book. I will see you next week.